forgot how to start. Hello, uh, welcome to the what is it? The seventh episode of the podcast. Today we have a new guest.
You want to introduce myself?
Sure.
I'm just going to do a brief introduction. I'm Zeek, Dean, and I am a student at Westminster Theological Seminary, finishing my last year. I have 5 credits more to go. Right now, I'm just going to school, working at the church, and doing odds and ends. But that's where I am now.
Cool. I think that was the best introduction we've had so far. So, first topic. You said you like to do like types of sports sometimes. So like, what type of sport do you like to do?
Well, I've been playing a lot of basketball lately. I do like to play basketball. That's one of the sports that I like. I really I like any sport that has to do with ball. That running around and
Which
just
is,
exercising.
I would assume that's most sports.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, I can play most sports. I'm not as good in water, so I'm not gonna be doing too much underwater or in the water. But
I don't think I've ever done any water sports before.
Yeah. A lot of water sports that are pretty nice that people like, but I'm not as interested.
Yeah. Have you ever done any like organized sports before?
Yes. I've played. I've ran track and field with my school, and I've played some handball, organized handball, team handball. I've done some soccer, some basketball, maybe some racquetball, some volleyball, some other sports that I've played throughout the years. But yeah.
What is handball? Have I done handball? I don't know.
I don't know. Handball is not big up here. I grew up some of my high school years and middle school in New York, and handball is really big in New York. It's if you've ever played racquetball, it's the same concept without the other 2 walls on the right and left side and the back. But instead of playing with the rackets, you're gonna be playing with your hand.
Oh, so it's like you throw the ball to somebody.
It's like racquetball without the walls, without the 2 side walls and the back wall. You could look it up.
Yeah, honestly,
for like a handball.
Where's my mouse?
Or if you have any idea about how to play racquetball, then I think you'd have some idea about handball.
Cool. Okay, I've searched it. Handball is a team sport in which two teams of 7 players each pass a ball using their hands with the aim of throwing it into the goal of the other team. Huh?
That's the wrong thing, though.
Oh. Yeah, I think I've done that type of handball before.
Yeah, that is
where
not
like
as cool.
When you're holding it and you can't move when you're holding it.
Yeah, I think that's a that's a different kind of handball, but
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I can play that too. That's not the one I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the one that I grew up playing in New York.
Interesting. So there are 2 types. Huh. Didn't know that.
Okay. So it's called American handball.
Oh, American handball.
Yes.
So
I
there's-
don't know why it's American. It's handball.
Is this handball not American?
I guess the other one is probably from Europe or something.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We got a origin. Scandinavia and Germany. Scandinavia? Is that how you say it? Scandinavia. Yeah, I was right. Scandinavia and Germany. Field handball. Oh, also in Sweden. Well, which one is it?
The American handball is the one you want.
Oh, here we go. American handball.
See it?
Yeah.
That's the one you want. Yep.
Notice.
To Wikipedia, it's sometimes called wall ball.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've done that before. Yeah, it says it's. I'm on the Wikipedia thing too. American handball, known as handball in the United States and sometimes referred to as wall ball. Wall ball is a sport in which two players use their hands to hit a small rubber ball against a wall that their opponents cannot do the same without the ball. That's a run-on sentence. Well, yeah, I've done that before. Uh, yeah. They do use a racquetball for that, right?
Yeah, you can use a racket for that. Some people use it, and they use it and play racquetball.
Oh,
Uh, but the actual racquetball as a game has walls on four sides.
oh,
So yeah, so it makes it a lot more interesting.
cool.
Actually, I like that too. But
Yeah,
anything.
I've I've seen people play racquetball with one wall, but like it like eliminates the turning and stuff.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so when I when I lived in New York, some of the older guys would buy their rackets. They had a different kind of racket they would use, not the ones that you use in the gym. For some reason, it's different. And then they'll use that racket and they'll use it to play handball with it. But it
Oh,
was, I guess it was a kind of racquetball.
yeah, cool. Um, there are national championships. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I played for my high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you could compete, and the best teams would win.
This looks like they got like a entire schematic of like a court here. The dimensions of a court.
It's a serious game.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a thing.
Yep.
National championships in handball have been held annually in the United States since 1919. These championships were organized by the Amateur Athletic Union until 1950, when their control was transferred to the newly formed United States Handball Association. That's a thing. Wow, handball is a lot more fancy than I thought it was.
Oh yeah. I think the other one that like if you played it without the full walls like racquetball, I think it's called paddleball.
Paddleball. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Terms and techniques. Oh, that's a lot. So, I'm guessing if you play tennis, prison handball, what in the world?
I guess that's the handball the guys in prison play.
It's a prison handball is the simplified version of handball popular in North American prisons. Wow.
Yeah.
Apparently, so all of the words are blue because they're links, but this link is red for some reason. Oh, because the page doesn't exist.
Huh.
Somebody took down the prison handball page. Yeah, I don't see how handball in prison would be different than just handball. I mean, you got four walls.
I guess the rules will probably be different just because the guys in prison probably won't hear as much about
Yeah.
like official rules and stuff like that.
They probably don't have like the exact dimensions of a court.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, they probably have like
Oh, what? It's. I just realized it smells super weird in here. Oh, what? What is that? Never knew that about handball. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess do we go into the random topics?
sure, that's fine.
Okay. Oh man, that random smell is terrible. The first topic is potato.
Potato, potatoes, taters.
I mean, how many different types of potatoes are there?
Oh, I have no idea. I
It's
know I like potatoes.
potato expert. um, types of potatoes.
There's Irish potatoes and then they're sweet potatoes.
Yeah. Potatoes happen to be my favorite fruit. Fruit? I mean, food.
Fruit.
Not fruit. It's not a fruit. It's a root. it's it's my favorite food though because like you can make so many things with potatoes. Like
Mhm.
it's like you can make baked potatoes, you can make fries, you can make chips. mostly mostly stuff around along those lines.
Potatoes.
Mashed potatoes, yeah. Here we go. Lower classifications of potatoes. Oh man, there are a lot. Is that a purple potato? There's a purple potato here.
Yep.
Of velote. How do you vitlote? It looks like a pear. Velote, also called velote, uh, is a gourmet French variety of the blue violet potato. It has been cultivated in France at least since the early 19th century. Hmm. They're purple on the inside too.
Yep. They're very delicious.
Really? Have you had a purple potato before?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I've never seen those before.
I think you could buy them at the store. Like they have variety where they have different kinds of
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Cool. Ooh, purple yam.
All taste like the like Irish potato. They all taste similar.
Hmm.
Like variation, but they all taste similar. I think
Cool.
the difference would just be between that kind of potato and the sweet potatoes.
Yeah. But are they sweet?
Well, the sweet potatoes, they're very sweet.
There's also purple yams too.
Yep.
Is a yam a potato?
Um, no, what? That's a complicated question. No, it really is because there's actually a root type plant that grows in other parts of the tropics that's known as yam. But
Huh?
in the U.S. here, usually when they make sweet potato, um, they call it yam. Sweet potato with, I think they usually mix it up with like cinnamon and syrup and all this stuff.
Oh.
And they call it candy yam, and they call it yam.
Yeah, I've heard of those before.
It's, just, it's a different kind of yam.
Hmm. Wow. Okay, yeah, yams are a lot bigger apparently.
Yep.
uh yeah. It says yams can grow from a regular potato size to a gigantic proportions of nearly 5 feet long. Wow. That's big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh Yams are members of the genus Diosocrea and are in their own special family. I'm not gonna try to say that word because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Dioscoreaceae.
Hmm.
Diocoreaceae.
Yeah, it's a Latin word.
Yeah, something like that. Oh wait, what? There's a sweet potato referred to as a yam or a sweet potato yam, which are firmer versions of sweet potatoes.
Hmm.
Hmm. Cool. Okay. Next topic. Um, topic is writer. What's your favorite writer? This is a good one.
Hmm. Uh, I don't know if I have a favorite. There are different writers that I like. Um, one of
It's a
one
good
of
one.
my favorite writers is called Truman,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of used to be one of my professors at seminary.
Oh.
Writer, um, and there's a guy called Louis Wilkin. He's a church history writer as well. Uh,
Cool.
and I'm actually starting to like this other dude that I've been doing a lot of listening to his books. Um, The Wheel of Time. Have you listened to the Wheel of Time series?
I have not.
Read it. Um, Let me see here. It's a big series.
Um, it says, what does it say? Oh wow, is that it? Robert Jordan.
Yep, Robert Jordan.
Wow, there are a lot.
Yep.
I guess from 1990 to 2013.
Yeah, I think he recently passed away.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm on the fifth book right now in that series. It's pretty good.
Cool. Yeah. My favorite writer as of a few months ago is Andrew Peterson. I might have talked about him on podcast before, but um, mostly because he wrote the Wing Feather Saga, which is my absolute favorite book series. Um,
Wing Feather Saga. Okay.
yes,
No, I don't think I've heard of him.
yeah. I mean, he's not really known as a writer,
Okay.
but he does write really good, really well.
All right. How many books are in that saga?
I think there are four. He also those are like fiction books, and then he wrote a nonfiction book because he's a musician.
Okay.
So he wrote a nonfiction book about his how he like writes songs and stuff, and it's also pretty good.
Okay.
What is his most popular song? Well, hold on, let me go on to here. Uh, what select? There we go.
Is he a popular musician?
um, I would say kind of. He is. I mean, he's kind of popular.
Yeah. Is it country? What's the genre?
Um, it's like uh, he does a lot of different things. It says plays roots, rock, country, and gospel music.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever. What is roots rock?
Roots rock.
What is
It's a
that?
different genre of rock.
Huh.
If it is, this is a particular genre of rock, I guess.
Well, usually,
I think it's
huh?
more mellow.
Yeah. Usually his songs are pretty mellow. A cool thing about his uh his album releasing and stuff. He has an album called The Resurrection Letters, and he released in 2008 or 2009, 2006, I don't know, one of the 2000 numbers. He released Resurrection Letters Volume 2. Um, and then in 2018, he released Resurrection Letters Volume 1.
Huh.
And he released the second one first because of how the songs were timed. And so he knew that he would go back and write what happened like before the resurrection, and then the the middle the sec is it the second one? Yeah, the second one is after, I think.
After the resurrection.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if I can't find the. Oh, here we go. 2008. It was released in 2008.
Mm.
He changed the punctuation though. He abbreviated volume and he put the number 1. Yeah. He's pretty cool uh artist. He's also an author. And yeah, he also has a podcast I think called The Rabbit Room, which is based on what is it like? It's based on something I forgot. It's something that has to do with like old authors. I don't remember the origin of that, but yeah.
I'll look him up.
So, you have anything else to add to the author topic or writer topic?
Um, no, I'll say yeah. Um, Yeah, those. I mean, those few are the ones um, that I've been reading a lot.
Yeah,
I would say another one would be Augustine of Hippo.
yeah.
That's
Heard of
one
that.
um, I like reading his stuff.
Cool.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I have like favorite in the sense of like that I've really come to love, and I've read everything that they've written, stuff like that.
Yeah,
If there's an author like that I'd like, and I've read a good bit of their work, I would say it's Augustine.
cool.
I've, I've, I've tried to put my hands on whatever he's written and try to get some of it read, a good bit of it read. But I do read a lot of I like reading older books,
Yeah.
and yeah, I would leave it there. I've read, and I like to read a lot of books, and a lot of
Yeah.
I wouldn't call the author's favorite, but I just like their work. That's all.
Yeah. I can. It's pretty easy for me to say that I've read everything by Andrew Peterson because he's only released 5 books.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, but they were pretty great. So yeah. Okay. You want to do one more topic?
Sure.
Okay. We got with steak. That's interesting. Why are they all food related? there are a lot of food related stuff besides writer. Potato and steak. Oops, I accidentally clicked on an ad.
Man, oh, I love steak. I love steak.
Yeah,
The
steak is
New York
amazing.
strip, I T-bone. Man, yeah, I just had a big old. I think mine was like a sirloin or something like
I
that.
forgot
It's
to turn
it's
my light.
huge.
There we go.
My wife likes my wife likes the T-bone. Let me turn my light
Yeah.
on. Let me get dark too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife likes T-bone, and so we just had some steak. That's what I had for Christmas too. So
Oh, cool. Yeah. So, my grandma got my dad a. I think there was. I'm pretty sure there were steaks. I don't remember what type of steaks they were, but they were really good. Yeah. Do you have anything else to add before we end the episode?
yeah, uh, my I would say among all of those writers so far, I would say it would be Augustine of Hippo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, his books have been they've been some of the best books that I've read in a long time, and so up until this, I think I would say that's my favorite writer. Um, and then next to that, I would say Robert Louis Wilkin, the church historian, and then Robert Jordan. I do like C.S. Lewis. I love his writing. Um, I haven't read his books in a while, but I remember liking what he does. I don't like
Yeah.
Jordan as much, except that Jordan seemed to be a lot more prolific. He's written a lot more stuff that I've been able to get my hand on, and I think his stories tend to be a lot. Uh, I think they're a bit more imaginative and they're more folksy than
Yeah.
Lewis's stuff. Um, but yeah, that's all I'll say for now.
Cool. Yeah. I actually have Narnia right here.
And Narnia.
Yeah. I have a
Have
box.
you read
of
all
them.
of
Let's see.
them?
I've read most of them. It was a while ago though. But yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. Thank you for Mr. Dean Mr. Dean. I can't talk. Thank you to our guest to joining in this episode, and we'll see you in the next episode whenever I plan to do that. Bye.